Hey everyone, welcome back to Trekyards. He is Commander Cocking.
He is Captain Foley, and we've got some sort of new ships. They've been teased a little bit in last week, and in this week we got the epic villain reveal pull out of another ship. We're looking at Romulan fleet ships today and see what do we think of. This is the first look, obviously. Next week, how many ships are coming to attack the synth planet, Stuart? How many do they say?
218.
So we'll do our full look then, because we're probably going to see a few shots of the ships.
Even in pieces, we'll see how many decks they have, because I'm sure they'll be torn apart. It'll be fun.
But this we're doing first look, and in fact, just before we started filming, John Eves, who designed these ships, posted some images which kind of gave us the rundown. There is in fact two ships that the Commodore O has. Although she's a Commodore in both races.
Yeah, that's the thing that bothered me, because they said we're approaching. We'll make landfall in 2 hours or something, Commodore, and it's like she's on the bridge of a Romulan ship. I don't think Romulans have the rank of Commodore.
Well, speaking of her, let's start with the bridge. Let's start at the end. We get a full bridge. Now, my first reaction, Stuart, and I'll be honest, is this green screen or physical set? And I'm a CG person, I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it's a mix of both. I think the platform and the chair is probably real, the rest is green screen. Would be my guess. I didn't even really think about it when I first saw the scene, but I'm pretty sure most of it's green screen.
It's because the way she's standing there, she doesn't look properly integrated fully. There's something about the scale of it that looks wrong for her. There's a lot of extra space above that you sort of associate with green screen, because why would you make the ceiling that high if you have a practical set? I mean, I get this probably is going to be a practical set, and it just looks really weird, and that's why. I mean, they made the Clone Bridge at the end of Discovery Season 2, which is a redress, obviously, but that's fine, and the Enterprise Bridge. But bridges are very expensive. But as we keep saying, this season is a cheap-feeling season, so maybe the $8 million per episode, they had to funnel $1 million every episode, because it wasn't spent an episode, into the bridges at the end of the season, maybe.
I kind of like it, but one thing that annoys me with it, okay, first of all, it does kind of look like, okay, new Romulan bridge, cool. The console on the sides shaped like a Romulan console from TNG, kinda. The only thing that bothers me is they've gone and done the TOS offset turbo lift thing here, and I don't know if that was on purpose, but okay, cool, great homage, I guess, for a Federation bridge. Romulan bridges in Bounce Terra was a very small little room with a thing in the center.
But that was experimental ship, so it shouldn't represent anything bigger. Also, if you go to the middle view, you can see there was a turbo lift behind, or at least a door behind and to the side. So I guess one's turbo lift, one's to a corridor outside the bridge. But it's funny, in the middle shot, the bridge looks a lot smaller than you'd think, actually. It's actually not a big bridge, even though...
It seems wide, just not deep.
Yeah, even though her throne seems to take up like a good fifth of it.
Her throne?
Well, I mean, come on. She's got a bloody dais.
All right, fine.
For me, this bridge is uninspired. It tells me nothing apart from the throne that she's big and ooh. Like, it's just something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to the bridge. I mean, it does feel Romulan-esque to me, so I really don't have much of an issue with it.
What does bug me is that there's console to the side, these light pillars, and then on the banister, you got one officer who's controlling a console. Why is there just give him an actual console? Why are you wasting CGI money to keyframe and rotoscope a standing hollow console on a railing?
It's the new aesthetic. All the race, even the tier, it's got the big, smaller, and smaller, same as the Federation ones.
That's true,
and that's just irritating that everybody has the same format of display.
Well, it's because they're interested in updating the aesthetic, and then not realizing that people have different. But if you go to the sort of exterior view of it, it's bigger than the smaller ships. It's big wing profile, no visible weapons, very, very thin wings. It looks... I mean, these are definitely very, very small compared to Deredex. Or, these are either mid-range mid-power vessels, or they are very powerful weapons, small body, but they don't have the shields to cope. Like tech gets smaller. But I mean, this is not this fleet. While looks impressive, doesn't feel as impressive as the Deredexes or Rixons or any of the actual flagships. It feels like a very... We brought the ships we had. They're small. Now, we don't like necessarily going too big, but the Romulans are the ones that have big, and so they should at least be mostly direct size if you want to give us the same battleship feel.
Well, thing that I don't think the size is going to match up for the next episode as well from that zoom out. Could be that the view screen glass.
Oh yeah, there's a view screen. Yeah, it's
actually magnifies the inside or something, so it looks off. Anyway,
that's true. I forgot that it's a bridge window, guys. A full bridge window.
Yep, of course it is. Why wouldn't there be?
Yeah.
So the thing that irritates me is they said 218 warbirds are coming. Well, are these all classes warbirds, or are you just assuming because it's an enemy vessel, it's a warbird? Like the warbirds of World War II. Although the planes were called warbirds just because they were during the war. So that irritated me a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's amazing they could even scan them from that far away. So I'm fine with them not knowing what classifications they are. I mean, they're just capital grade-ish ships. I'd be surprised if they could scan them and you see a hologram saying, "Well, they're Sekmuk class war death glider machines." So it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, that's the main lead ship. But you've got some other views of the other ship from last week, which now we know what it looks like. We didn't look at it. But yeah, here is the sort of the standard Warbird. You can see multiple views. It's got very bird-like appearance. It's definitely got a beak. It's got back red engines, which do flare to warp. I mean, what are your thoughts on this design? Which seems to be the average ship, as it were.
I rather like this design. It does feel Romulan, but it doesn't feel like a capital ship. It feels like a much smaller vessel, not much bigger than, I want to say not much bigger than La Serena, but it will be probably like 4 times the length of the La Serena, but still not big. You know what I mean? It doesn't have that majestic, large, vibe to it, and it feels too modern airplane. Even got tail fins, and it's like, okay, that would make a great stealth like plane. But I don't get the necessarily the advanced starship design.
It feels like a modern glider.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, it feels like an unpropelled, unengined glider that you could see flying. And I spoke to John Eves a little bit when the series started, because I asked about the initial Romulan ship we saw, and I said it looks green from the first shot because there's a green reflection of the nebula, but when it goes inside, it looks grey. And I asked him, is it actually green or grey, or grey-black? Because grey-black is like, well, they should be green. He said, oh no, it is green, but clearly these warbirds are grey. So the one of the few distinguishing features of these ships should be green, and it's even lost that. So I'm confused as to why. Because you make them grey, they're just like somewhat of they're like the hammerhead from Space Above and Beyond. And while I think it's fine, it should have been green. Having the wings be so thin, what does that achieve? I mean, the Nyrixen, they're thin, but they have multiple parts. There's engines on the end. These wings are just wings for wings' sake. Where's the weapons? Where's the disruptors? Where's the visible warp coils? I mean, there's sort of engines at the back. Where's the windows? Where's the it's style over substance, and glider plane bird over actual warship. Like, this thing looks like no offensive ability at all. It looks like a fighter to me, like a low-end fighter, and that the La Serena could destroy. So I'm not. It's weird. They say 219 ships, whatever. I'm thinking, okay, one Borg cube can kill them. They're just fighters. They're just low range. Like, there's no threat here. I'm not feeling a threat. If they were Pterodexes or like modern Andrew Probert and John Eves came together, designed a more new version, it was like, oh my god, capital ships. But I'm not threatened by this.
No, like I said, they don't feel big at all, and they don't feel like much of a menace. That's why I'm glad that at least the Commodore's ship was a little bit of a different design. And it actually has a little bit of a scimitar look to it as they pan out. You see the front part sticking out a little bit. It's kind of got, and you got the green glows as well, which could be weapons ports. If those are all weapons ports, wow. But I don't know if they're necessarily going that route. So,
and it's weird that has all the glows, and these silver ones have nothing at all. There's certainly a disconnect between designs, and while they don't all have to link, they're almost as if they're from a different fleet. And this, I mean, you look at the bird ones; they don't even feel like they're part of the same fleet as the initial Romulan ship. Why did they design that ship if we're not going to see it again?
That's a good question.
To sell Eagle Moss ships.
Maybe, but you should throw some of them in this fleet at least. I kind of like the wing approach that first ship we looked at had, and it's just absent from this fleet shot. Now it could be that's one of these ships, or maybe some of them are secret Tal Shiar ships that There's two, actually, there is two fleets, like you said. There's the standard Romulan Imperial fleet, and then there's the secret Tal Shiar, and then within that, the Zod Vash fleet. So maybe there's three separate fleets at work here. I doubt.
It's like, the Deredex is iconic, and the Valdor is pretty iconic. It's saying the same thing, but streamlining it. Even Doug's shuttle is like, wow, that's a really cool, interesting design. These things, I do appreciate they're all bird-like. I like the beak. I've always liked the beak motif in these these flyers.
Except for the snakehead one, which is just
an average fighter thing, yeah. And did you know, it's one thing I'm going to be annoyed about in our live review, which I'm sure we just did, is that they're shooting and Rio says, they're powering disruptors, having already been shot by disruptors. It's like, guys, you're editing this as you go. Edit out that line. They're already fine disruptors. Or I'm looking forward to seeing the design notes and Eagle Moss on these. And I hope they're green. It's just the weird lighting.
It's going to be a big battle like the end of Discovery Season 2, and that's going to be the last episode. It's just going to be a big battle that's not going to mean much, and it's just going to be visually not appealing and ugly and cluttered, and it's just going to not be great. But we'll see more angles of the ships, which means we'll be able to talk about the ships in a little more detail and break them down kind of individually, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, and we'll see more of the bridge, and we'll see more of the vibe. No, it's exciting. We like ships. Let's just hope they're given proper treatment each, because we want them all to be given a bit of a cool vibe.
Sam.
Yes.
I like ships.
Me too. And on that note, tune into our lives every couple of days talking about Picard currently, then obviously back on ships after the show. And like, subscribe, comment, do join Patreon if you'd like to support us on a monthly basis. We do a lot of content for you guys, and all of our edited videos don't make a lot, so we need your support directly, or join the channel. It's a new system that's come about. You click the join button if you're on one part of the page, or if you're doing a live, you can press the super chat button and then do the join button there. And that's basically a Patreon, but inside YouTube, which gives us money each month, and you get little bonus emojis, and we know who you are because it tells us, and we get, you're part of our unique crew, and that's important to us, hopefully important to you. If you like what we do, then support if you can.
That's right. Lots of cool stuff in the description of every video, so check it all out, guys. And until next time, I'm Captain Foley.
I'm Connor Coggins. Bye, guys.
See ya.